This episode of the Shenanigans podcast is brought to you by Wendy's. Wendy's, now that I've said your name, you have to pay me. That's how capitalism works. Intro.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good. Glad to be here.
Wow, I can hear my voice so clearly.
Welcome to the Shenanigans podcast, where we talk things and stuff, and we'll figure it out eventually. Let's go clockwise introductions. Furcon clockwise is going this way.
Okay, so I'm Furcon, and fun fact, I don't know how to read.
But
Classic fun fact, yeah.
Classic Furcon. I'm Hannah. I don't have a fun fact.
That's fine.
I'm Akila. Oh my god, Rafe, I think I'm gonna hog this podcast. I love the sound of my voice right now. This is amazing.
Fellow narcissist over here.
I want to start singing.
that's
Wait,
how
can
you
we do
tell.
like a
Do it.
singing? Steven,
you
you're
just
into
gotta book
music,
the
aren't
time.
you?
For
Music
the
major?
end, Jessica likes to beatbox.
I can
Jessica's
beatbox.
not.
Do you want me to beatbox?
Oh yeah, Ryan's in acapella. He can like actually sing.
Whoa.
Well, okay, I'm Ryan, and I can actually sing. That's my fun fact.
Excellent.
Very
Last
cool.
person. Last person in that room.
I'm Noah. I'm 18 and I lead a wild and crazy life.
You are not.
Hi, I'm Steven.
He is
You don't
42.
None of that
I'm
was
into
true.
that.
My mom is listening to this.
Yeah, so to start us off, I'm going to go with the question that I came up with last week, which was, what do you think the podcast should be named? Who wants to go first? Raise your hand or I'll point at you.
Did anyone come prepared with like a show idea? Hannah?
Okay, I do have one constructive suggestion.
Yes.
And
Can you guys sit closer to the mic? Or
Oh, can you hear me?
bring it closer
Yes,
to you?
you're good.
Testing. Okay. So
Wait, they didn't hear
that-
anything I said.
No, they heard you.
Okay.
You're just far away.
Okay, so my suggestion was we were kind of riffing a couple shenanigans people and me, and I came up with defecation and laughter. It's a play on shits and giggles.
Oh, I
Oh.
like that.
Yeah, and there are a lot of variations of that we could go with, like, poop and chuckles,
Yeah.
I like it.
Feces and guffaws.
feces and guffaws. It's excellent. Yeah, so there's a lot you could do with it, I think. It's
Arby's and giggles. No, wait, you said giggles.
We could just go like real meta and just be like unprepared with shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
That's
I
good,
think the
too.
best titles are going to be short, sweet, and just brutally honest.
Is that your suggestion, that whole sentence?
Yes. Well, that's the tagline, of course.
Oh, okay.
I think we should just go by NPR.
Oh, that's true.
Really piss off NPR, get a lot of publicity.
Yeah, if we
Can
haven't...
the government sue you? I don't know. I think since they own copyright, they can just do whatever they want, and the laws don't apply to us.
I agree. The government can do whatever they want to you whenever they want to.
You're only saying this because it's live.
Yeah.
Last week someone said Friends was a good name. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
think that was
NBC's gonna sue us.
yeah, they're for sure
No,
listening to this
we'll,
right now.
We'll put periods in between every, so it's an acronym, and then oh my god, that's the next
It's
7
fantastic
episodes is
rules.
coming
What
up
does
with
the
the
acronym
acronym.
stand for?
Friends.
Yeah, have I told you what it stands for?
Rugrats.
Like
the
in
second
actual
letter of
the
friends,
Friends?
the
Is-
third letter of
Is-
friends, the fourth letter of friends.
Extra.
I can't spell, so
Dockweiler.
you guys are gonna have to do the heavy lifting on
Oh, you're
this.
coming up with
Sayonara.
I think Rafe might actually
Just for
have an
Furcon, the
acronym.
title of
Yeah.
our podcast should be just a symbol, something he can
Yeah,
describe.
like how in
Maybe-
ancient
maybe a
times, like
color.
it'd just be like a doctor would just be like a sign,
But you
like
have
a
to
I think
describe
it should
the
be
color. You
a
can't
small
name the
blue
color.
bird.
You have to describe what blue
yeah.
looks
I
like.
like it.
So
A small
according to
bluebird.
this that I found, the
call
acronym
it Twitter.
FRIENDS in the show stands for things. First, it's F for Phoebe, R for Rachel,
Hold up,
I...
Phoebe
I-
is both
No, no,
an
no,
F,
no,
not
no,
a
no, no,
PH.
no, no, no.
Let me finish.
This
I
show
think that's
should
a
be
joke.
Let me
Prince.
finish. I for Bing, comma Chandler. E for Monica. N for Joey. D. And then Ross ends with an S. And that's how you get friends.
Damn.
Am I blowing your mind?
A little bit.
Super clever.
You're blowing
The
something.
writer.
Rafe is currently blowing something.
Steven, if we shouted words incoherently, that would probably be better than any idea we've come up with.
Snake. Penis.
Is that
R-
one?
Is that what
Raccoon.
you
Not
want for
incoherent,
Christmas?
Akilo. We know that you.
Did he just
said
call me
both
a
snake-
kilo?
I said
Yeah.
Akilo.
Oh,
Oh,
yo,
no.
your
Oh, no.
entire
More
name is just
crew coming into the
trafficking.
studio right
Kilo.
now.
Well, I
Hey, there's
mean,
everybody else.
Swarm just
Please
walked
send
in.
help. There
By
are
swarm, I
we're
mean
gonna have to
people,
cut all
but
this.
it's too much.
I mean, technically,
Podcasts have breaks?
I
mean,
cut it however I
Rafe
want.
cuts
Do we
it
have a
up.
MeUndies ad? Oh my god,
I,
please.
I removed 90% of the awkward pauses, and I made everyone sound much more witty.
You cut it. You cut one of my jokes too. So.
I know, but it's the price you have to pay. I also...
What was the joke for Con?
I don't remember.
It also made everyone seem really rude, like we were interrupting each other, but I think that's fine. Also, I put the Friends theme at the end, because I didn't think anyone would
I
listen all
love
the
that
way
song.
through, so we
by
wouldn't get
the
sued.
Remembrance. The All in It for You. That one.
Yeah, that
Good
was
song.
some of the words.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Talk
meant
about
to sound
friends.
so condescending.
It is so hard
I did
to
not
speak
know
one at
that
a
song
time.
had an artist.
Yo, y'all cut the cord or what?
Did, yeah.
Y'all still pay for cable?
Never. I haven't paid. My
The
family
umbilical
didn't
cord
have
or-
pagel.
Pagel.
Pagel?
Oh, dude, pagel. Good
I
game.
love
Yo, give me
Pagels.
a everything pagel.
Oh wait,
Put some onion on
wait.
that pagel.
Are you guys talking about Peggle? Like,
Bagels.
Pagel is a great game as well.
oh, you're
And
not-
bagels.
oh, okay.
Just the
Peggle
game
is a
of
different
bagels.
game.
Both ideas.
Oh,
came
Felipe,
up.
you haven't introduced yourself because you came in late. So
So
people,
did a bunch of other people.
well,
and
people
they're
are
just
just
waiting
hearing a
outside.
phantom moan
Well,
right
at least
now.
I came in.
What?
They're waiting
About
outside.
moaning? I
That's
missed
what
that.
she said.
He said in the background, but it wasn't
So-
clear who that belonged
So,
to.
what are we doing introductions wise?
Just tell them your name.
Tell them your name and how long your penis is.
No.
How
Felipe,
about now?
Everyone
do you
did it.
lead a
Oh.
crazy in wildlife?
Your name and how short
I
your
mean,
penis is.
depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you.
From
I
a
mean,
crazy
I try
and
to,
wild
I try to
person,
keep it
yeah.
crazy from time to time.
Nice. That's
Otherwise,
what a
what's-
crazy guy says.
Otherwise, what's the point, really?
Tell us your name and
To
your
go-
Tinder
to go
bio.
back.
Tinder bio.
Deleted it.
Ryan, let's go.
Oh,
to
so
you.
wait,
Let's
No
get
luck
something
or too
straight,
much
though.
luck.
My name is
Which from?
Felipe.
Ryan,
Yes.
let's go to you. What do you think the podcast should be called?
Probably something really fun and exotic, like.
I mean, do you want that word for word?
Yeah.
Something
Yep.
fun and exotic.
And that could be an acronym itself, yeah. So.
Safa.
That's an initialism. You're working
SFA.
backwards.
That's how I usually do in life. I work things backwards.
Okay. Yeah, it's pronounced divisive.
Divisive.
No,
Or
those,
Wait.
those are two different words.
Wait.
Divisive and divisive are definitely different words.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
What?
Okay,
One-
Mr.
one is
High
about
School.
math.
A woman
one,
said
one
that.
is splitting and one is deciding, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, boom.
You're right.
I've
Which
never
one
heard
over
Well,
here knows what I'm talking about?
I really did not know that. I thought it was saying like you're splitting a decision, so you're kind of
Well,
stuck
one is
between two
dividing
decisions.
something,
No,
and one is
yeah.
deciding
Divisive.
something.
No, I thought
I-
divisive
Which is
was
which?
you're using
Okay, wait,
something
let me-
to an end.
Let me say this. So let's say we're at a town hall meeting, right?
Right.
And someone
Which
we are.
says,
I'm there.
right, basically. So someone says, okay, well that issue that was just brought to the floor was very divisive. It's
That
torn our
sounds
community
wrong.
apart.
If it was
I
me
don't think that's
leading
how
the
they use
meeting,
that,
I
but
would
yeah,
say
sure.
divisive.
or we need to make a decisive decision on this next
Decisive.
issue.
Decisive.
There we go.
Just I'm looking up.
Akila, have you said what you think the podcast should be named?
Curtis?
Fine.
That's a, that is just a fine name.
Furkan, what did you go with?
I'm hearing Laurel.
Hey.
I'm
Little
indifferent,
topical
I
honestly.
also
humor
hear
for the
Laurel.
show.
You're
I'm just
right.
happy that we
Laurel's
have
right.
a podcast. I'm like, you know
It's-
what?
Ooh.
Let's keep
Actually,
it
that was
rolling.
my idea. I was gonna say Laurel versus Yanni,
Can I
but
throw
That's
it?
so like
No one-
current though. It's gonna, no one's gonna remember.
Oh yeah, that's
it's
Yeah,
like the
that's
dress.
like people who
So,
get
like,
pickle Rick
Monday, though.
tattoos. It's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
that's
Yeah.
horrible.
You're
People
not
actually do
thinking
that.
even 2 weeks ahead.
Hannah has like,
What are you doing? Yeah. How dare that kid?
Can I
Loser.
throw out- I think maybe we could name the podcast Milk with Ice in it.
Oh, ice milk is like good though. Like don't try to.
you guys like
put
like ice
respect on
milk?
that.
Wait,
What?
that's a really good name, actually. Ice milk.
Ice milk.
That
Wait,
sounds
Rafe,
really
actually consider this.
not tasty, but
I'm
I would
listening,
go with it.
Akila.
Because
I'm
it's like
listening
it's like
to
a
what you're
horrible
listening to.
idea. Like
Yeah.
I would tune in because I'm like, what the fuck, ice milk? That's horrible. I'm
No, it's
listening.
What if I call the podcast I Did Most of the Work, and each time I credit it to a different person?
I would veto that name.
Or the same person. What if I gave it to you, Furkan?
I
once
would
a
take
month?
it.
What about we
It's
all
funny.
did some work?
Pagel
Like a tiny
Digest.
bit.
There was a guy at my
I
high
like
school-
Pagel Digest.
Hold
That's
on.
definitely
Shut
on the
up.
list.
Steven had a guy at his high school.
There was a guy at my high school named Vito. So
Actually,
Danny.
Danny, yep. I was gonna say
I
that.
mean,
Danny D.
his-
Vito.
His first name was Vito.
his full name was Arvinto, but he went by Vito.
Jesus Christ.
Yo,
Now
I
people are
had.
gonna
Did he
listen
No,
sign a
it's a
waiver
Vito
for you to mention
Toma,
his
not
name on
Jesus.
air?
Where was he from?
America, you racist pig.
I had two Greek
Like,
kids
America
in
is a
my,
racist pig, you're
in my
right.
middle
Yeah, I
school
think
class.
you
They
did.
were
Yeah,
cousins. There was Vasiliki.
Vaseline.
Vasiliki.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
First
What are we
name,
talking about?
last
Leaky
name.
Bath.
That's like a scientific
And-
name.
She could do
his
slam
cousin,
poetry with that name. Is it a she?
Agamemnon
I don't know.
episode.
That's cool. Actually, I like
They
that.
were
I
some
dig
chill
that.
ass brothers. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
Has anyone not given their suggestion or answer to the question? Felipe, did you give one?
I didn't. What if we called it "That Is How Comedian Do"?
Okay,
I-
okay.
I'm fine with
I
not
feel like
talking
grammar
about that
Nazis
suggestion
might
again.
descend upon us.
It's a collective
in
should
5
no
seconds.
shake from
No,
everybody.
that's a no. Okay.
Can I sing now?
No, save it for the end.
Save it for the break.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need you for the interstitial music.
I've written down segments on my phone. So Hannah had a suggestion for talking about a severe childhood trauma.
Ooh.
I think I'm pitching it correctly.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. One time when I was like 4 years old, we had like a family barbecue and like someone like there was a pool there and I rode my tricycle backwards into the pool and I was like drowning and my dad was like gonna hop in, so he tells me, but some like family friend jumped in and like saved me, and it's very early, very traumatic, but you know, I recovered. I almost became a junior lifeguard. So move past your traumas, you
What
know.
do you- what do you
Hold
mean
on.
almost?
Yeah, what do you mean almost
What
became a junior
bar
lifeguard?
did you get to that then you didn't pass?
So the last test to be a junior lifeguard, they grease up a watermelon
And they shove it
Yeah,
up your
toss it in the
arse.
bottom of the
No.
pool.
and then they throw it off like the pier.
That's
like,
hilarious.
they throw it
Do
off.
they really? Hold on, do they really? Or are you just
This is
playing
a true
crazy?
story.
They tie heavy weights to his feet and they throw him off a pier.
And they like grease it up and they like throw it off some edge, and you have to swim and carry it and bring it back. I'm like, I can't do this.
Do you have to carry it between your legs? Or like
However you
some
can.
kind
It's
of-
like supposed to be like a body. It's like however you can
Right.
hold it and bring it back. Like
Okay.
you just
A
have to do it.
thrashing, greased up body.
You can just like throw it. Like just I don't know. There's
Yeah.
techniques
In
that I
high
cannot
school,
do.
I was
You
a
can
lifeguard,
throw. Wait,
and,
so that implies you can throw a drowning, unconscious person.
Whatever it
Wait,
Once
no,
you
takes.
get them
I
from the
hear
bottom of the
you.
pool, you can just
Whatever it
Yeah,
toss
whatever it takes
them.
to pass the test, which I couldn't
Okay,
do.
great. Wait, so let me ask you for Con. Did you imprint on that family friend then?
I
Oh
thought
yeah,
you were
they're
gonna say on the watermelon.
they're really like they're a really good family friend. And, you know, I'm probably gonna get like a. They're like in Turkey and like Turkish government stuff. So like you know maybe we can finesse some stuff through
Oh,
there.
Is it someone we know?
Is
It's
it a
you know the president of Turkey,
Of course.
Yeah.
his
Sure.
little brother.
Wait, for real?
So the
No.
president of
Oh.
Grouse.
No.
Give a shout out to
Not
Turkey.
at all.
our
Big
Turkish
ups to
listeners.
Turkey. Elections coming soon. It's gonna be
Alright.
intense.
Yeah,
No,
it's
we're,
really
no, we're
tasty,
not at
I
the
would-
plug section yet.
Who's your guy?
Good joke.
Who's my guy?
Yeah,
What's
give
his
him a
name?
plug.
What's his name? Something Inje.
Probably.
Just for it to be.
Noah
more-
has connections.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably his name.
Wait, he's Erdogan's brother for real?
No, dude. Oh,
Just to be more divisive, could you ask them to supply us with a
Divisive,
full
damn
list
it.
I
of
don't
things?
think-
Decisive.
Whatever.
No,
Have to be
decisive is definitely a separate
I
word,
didn't
but
say decisive.
like
I
you're
said
being
divisive.
you're
Also-
quick
Who
to make a
says
decision.
divisive?
Yeah, like
Everyone's
Divisive.
Anyway.
I've always
Divisive.
said divisive.
Okay, so
I know,
anyways,
because
Where
they're
are
different
y'all
We can
words.
ask our-
from? I'm
Well,
from
listener.
America.
superfluous.
Guys,
We should name this
More
one
divisive.
argument.
You
I
should
have the definition of divisive. Tending to cause disagreement or hostility between people.
Okay, now Noah,
Describing
press
divisive.
Okay.
press the little button that says the word.
Fuck you, Noah.
I was right the first time. Oh, okay. I will not say
Guess
it. I
you
will
could
not,
say.
I will
Maybe
not
it's
capitulate.
divisive. I feel we can save the words for a different time.
Who has the childhood trauma?
Yes.
I
just
got
to piggyback off that, I had a similar fall. I fell in a river when I was like 4 or 5 years old. We were rafting, wasn't paying attention, fell in a river, which is fine, except if it's like a whitewater river.
Right.
So then I was just kind of drowning for a few seconds, and then again, same thing. This
yeah,
dude,
were you rescued by
except-
the same Turkish man?
No,
He like helicoptered down into the river. It's like,
He's like, this is what I do with my free time.
it was the same thing where I saw my dad, and I was like, okay, maybe my dad's gonna get me. And then this dude came out of nowhere. I just remember he
Wow.
was fucking like definitely a bear, and he
Is
pulled me
is
out of
that
the water.
like a bear-like man or like an
Oh, yeah.
actual bear?
A man bear.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
Oh,
Cool.
just a
The
thick,
Bruin
hairy,
bear.
thick man. And he saved me, and that's I think that's why I'm into
Bears.
yeah,
Yeah, there we
but
go,
only
yeah.
the animal in that case.
Yeah.
Ryan, when did you most recently drown? I'm assuming that's just what we're going towards now.
Probably when I met you, Rafe. No, I'm joking.
Drowning in my eyes.
Drowning
In tears. Yeah, you were just
didn't
so
have to laugh that
amazing.
hard.
I loved you. Yeah, no,
Aw.
I don't know. I know how to swim, so I don't think I ever drowned.
Humble brag.
But
Yeah, just rub your nose.
Brag about it. Know how
This
to
guy
swim.
is always bragging about how he
Um,
can swim.
so
We're talking about the
I know
traumas.
like all 5 whatever you call it, swimming
Strokes.
yeah,
Yeah.
strokes.
Yeah.
Like the backstroke and like the front stroke and
Freestyle.
yeah,
all
there-
5
yeah.
directions.
Yeah, up,
All
down,
five cardinal directions.
Up, down, left,
forward,
right.
and
Diagonal.
Forward.
side. Yeah,
Did you know
there,
that,
yeah, there we go.
that the other plane of existence, there's horizontal, vertical, and the one that goes forward and backward that gives depth is the sagittal plane.
The Z plane, right? The Z
The
axis.
Z-axis is the
Get Mr. High School over here.
Whoa.
Is this your catchphrase
He's
now?
always bragging about how he went to high school.
Hannah, you're the person who came up with this segment, not to like shift blame
Yeah,
onto
that does
you.
put me on the spot. I do have a drowning story.
Please.
Just tell any
Sounds
embarrassing
traumatic.
story you
This
think
isn't
would be funny.
this isn't really that funny. What?
You drowned, you fell into...
Was this all at the same
Oh my
time?
god. Okay, well,
That's
the
an
story I
internal
was
story.
gonna tell was how I fell into a hot tub when I was like 3 and my dad had to jump in.
You had to
Oh
jump
my
in.
god.
Oh,
Yeah, is there
I
about
actually
enough
remember
cans?
this. This is one of my earliest
He just wanted to
memories.
jump in. He didn't
I'll
save
tell the
Hannah.
story. I'll
He broke his
reluctantly
legs
tell the
on
story
landing.
Furcon's referring
you're
to
doing
after
this.
this. But I was like circling around on the ledge, the sitting ledge of the hot tub, like an idiot, and then I just fell into the center. And I remember looking up at my dad through the bubbling water, and
like that
him
scene
like
in
kind of
Finding
looking
Nemo.
horrified and jumping in. I don't remember anything after that, but when my dad tells me the story, he says the way I looked up at him, my face, like, he just does the face, and since I can't, obviously anyone listening to this can't see it, but it looks sort of like the face E.T. makes when he's sitting in the pile of stuffed animals trying to blend in. It's just this like blank,
Yeah.
empty smile, like,
For the listeners,
Oh, yeah,
Hannah
that's
has
it.
morphed her
That's-
face into E.T.
yeah, I also turned into E.T. then, and I
I
haven't
think
changed
this
back since.
Sounds like he
This
could've
was a
crushed
great
you by
segment.
jumping in.
because we found the name of our podcast, Drowning with Shenanigans.
Drowning with Shenanigans.
Drowning in humor.
Drowning.
Akila, you haven't
Tune in
talked in a while.
Fridays at 7 for Drowning with Shenanigans.
Akila,
And
tell
then,
us something embarrassing,
Well,
or traumatic, or fine.
I'm from Monterey, which you may know is a very coastal city, a lot of oceans, a lot
Yeah.
of beautiful beaches. I lived there my entire life. But the thing is, I've never really gotten into like swimming very much until like freshman year of high school. So basically, I could not swim at all until freshman year of high school when I decided to join the track team. And
Does the track team swim a lot?
well,
yeah.
I think track is
Monterey
land
is track
sport.
swims.
it's land. It's
also had
land.
to get a greased watermelon.
It's
Roll it
land.
down the track.
First day of track, I was sprinting and then they made me run up this hill and I literally was so out of breath. I quit track like that day, like that moment I quit. And then I was like, I'm going to join the swim team instead. And I didn't know how to swim.
That
So I was like,
was-
this is going to be interesting.
That was ambitious. Pretty
yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
And my friend Marina, I was like, hey, can you like teach me how to swim? And we were in the like slow lane and she like first taught me how to float. She's like, just lay on your back. It took me a few tries and then I got it. And then after that, I learned freestyle and I became, by the end of the season, I was the fastest person in the slow lane.
Wow.
Nice.
That's really impressive.
Is it?
Actually,
This
Pretty
is
proud.
It's like
Right.
buying the
Real-
cheapest
real
house on the
respect,
most
real.
expensive block.
There we go,
I
yeah.
also think it's kind of ironic that you quit track because you couldn't breathe, and then you joined a sport where you
Couldn't swim.
literally can't breathe like half of the time because your face is in water.
Funny
Well,
world.
actually,
good,
if
Steven.
you have
It's good
gills, you can
connection.
breathe underwater.
Yeah, I forgot to
So-
mention I
I
have
thought I
gills.
said
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
girls with an accent. And I was like,
Gills.
that don't make sense.
I'm sorry.
I have girls, many girls.
gills. All right.
Akila, what region would you say you were just attempting?
India.
Fine.
Steven, do you have any childhood traumatic?
Or come up with a funny story.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's traumatic, but not in like a I'm afraid to do something now, but in like a I just remember it completely wrong. So we were on like this cruise, I guess, me and my family, and it was I guess a torrential rainstorm. I remember it being a bright, sunny day. It's totally fine, whatever. And I remember looking over at my dad and sister and him calling me like, "Oh, we're about to go in for dinner now." But what actually happened, I guess, was that during this torrential rainstorm, I jumped over the side of the boat and into the lifeboat. And
Like Titanic.
like Titanic style. Like, I'm getting off this ship. It's going down. And my dad had to, and my sister also, she was like, a restless child, so he had to like juggle her and like jumping over the side to get me, and like I couldn't get the door open because the wind was blowing so hard, I guess.
And this was how many months ago?
This was yesterday.
This is I lied. I said it was when I was really little, but yeah, it was
Last week,
yesterday.
Furcon was telling us how he like got beaten up by a 5th grader or something.
I got in a fight with a 5th grader.
Yeah,
And
it
did
was,
you
like, a
win
few
or did you
weeks
lose?
ago.
That's not the point. The point is I got in a fight with a
that
fifth-
might be the point.
Well, who won?
What was it over?
Yeah.
What do you
Think
have
one.
to fight with a 5th grader
wasn't
about?
What
Furcon.
was the candy bar
you know
brand?
you guys play handball? You guys ever play handball?
Were you playing handball?
We were
against a 5th
always-
grader?
What is that?
Yeah.
That's
Handball, it's like you get in line and then you hit
You
them.
guys-
I don't want to get
You
into
hit a
it.
ball.
Oh,
You get
handball.
in line to
Yeah,
hit a ball.
Hit a
handball.
ball and it like bounces off the wall and it comes back and it's their turn to hit it and it
It
rotates.
sounds kind
back.
of like racquetball.
And then you can, like,
It's
slice.
racquetball, but with no
hands.
rackets.
It's racquetball
just
with no
hands.
rackets and you can like slicey and you can do curve and like you can do pink elephant. It's a legal move.
Still sounds
Um,
sexual.
That does actually.
This story takes me back to 5th grade, so that
Right.
it suddenly makes
So, like,
sense. You
someone
are
cut-
totally in the
someone
right for
cut in
beating
line.
up this 5th grader.
Yeah.
Someone cut in line and I was like, hell no, dude. I'm a man of my principles, brother. Like, come on, dude. And then he put me in a
You
headlock.
beat him up.
And then I was like, get off me. And then
He
I
put
don't-
you in a
He for
headlock?
Yeah.
real put you in a headlock?
Yeah, but it's like we were both small. It wasn't like
So you lost this fight.
This was a few weeks ago.
My brother is
Wait.
a 5th
Wait,
grader. He
was
thinks
this
he's
a few
stronger
weeks
than me.
ago?
no, it was in 5th grade.
Oh,
I was a
Yeah,
I
the
thought
kid
it was a
was-
few weeks ago. I was
I
like, wait,
legit thought this was this
is
month.
this 5th
No.
grader like
It
6
ma-
foot tall or
yeah.
something?
Yeah, I was
How
like,
did
how
the
is
fifth
he
grader
is
put you
your
in a
height?
headlock?
Picture you at Wood and just fucking seeing a 5th grader cut in front of you. Like,
Yeah, I
this
was like,
bitch.
where are you playing
my
handball?
God.
Like,
Dude, I
I know
would
UCLA
love
does some
a
weird
rec
things,
league.
but handball's not one.
Rec league handball.
Speaking of handball, I think
Love
now
it.
it's a good time to cut to a music break. And so stick around. We'll be right back. You're listening to UCLARadio.com.
Relax. You are listening to UCLARadio.com.
Okay, we're back to the Shenanigans podcast, and we actually have a whole new round of guests and then also some old guests. Please introduce yourself, new people.
They are scrambling around for their controls.
Got it. Never mind.
Hey there, Furcon.
Can you hear them? Can
Let's
you
hear
I
some
can hear them, yeah.
introductions
From the new people.
from the new people.
Oh, hi. I'm Kelly. Didn't realize I was first.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Fantastic. And, I don't know, old people, reintroduce yourselves to see if anyone's paying attention.
I'm Felipe.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Furcon, and I don't know how to read.
I'm Noah, and I'm 19, and I lead a crazy life.
I'm Chloe, and I just got here.
I'm Steven, and now Noah's too old for me.
So I think the question was, what would be the name of the show? So Kelly and Jessica, do you guys have like any show ideas for this show that you're currently on right
No,
now?
not show ideas, name ideas.
Oh, name it. Well, that's what I meant, right?
I mean, I made a suggestion last week.
Say it again.
You know that group that does music called
Can-
Radiohead?
Can you get closer to the
No.
You know that group that does music called Radiohead?
Yes.
We could be Radioheads, plural.
Can you move away from the mic?
Kelly, what's your suggestion?
I don't know why, but all I can think of is Shenanigans
I like that.
podcast.
I like that.
Oh, why didn't
All right.
Wait,
Okay, now
why?
explain
Genuinely
why.
didn't think of that one.
Explain the motivation.
The motive, I don't know, it just came into my head one day, and now I'm here.
All right.
That's all I can think of.
Inspiring.
LCC podcast.
I was thinking calling it Comedy Bang Bang, trademark the real Comedy Bang Bang.
podcast.
The podcast that's too sweet for you.
Oh, so Jessica Kelly, just before you 2/1 being came in, we were discussing, for some reason, times we almost drowned in our lives. I can tell mine now.
Yeah, same.
Sure.
Please.
Shoot.
Why'd I say please? I'm talking. Okay. One time I was whitewater rafting with my family.
Humble brag.
Noah was not there.
Not fair.
And they're like, oh, you know, it'd be real fun. It's real fun to just sit on the edge of the raft, like all the way on the edge, and just dangle your feet in the water. So I did that because of peer pressure. And then after a few seconds, I was like, all right, well, this has been pretty fun, but I'm ready to come back in the boat now. But before I'd finished that thought, a wave had smacked me, and I was in the water hanging on to the side of the boat. And apparently, everyone else also went into the water at that point, including our instructor and several people with their paddles. So it was almost an entire drowning experience. Luckily, a strange Turkish man showed up and he rescued all of us.
Wow. I
Wow.
wonder if a group
amazing.
drowning is a different feeling than just singular drowning. Like if there's like a sense of camaraderie.
Yeah,
as
it's like a
you grasp for
religious
air.
experience.
Yeah.
Oh, if we're going for like the drowning experience, or at least falling into rivers, I have one. I didn't drown per se, but it was January in Illinois, which, for those of you who don't know, is cold. And there's
I
a
like your NPR voice.
Oh, thank you. All things considered, I'm Stephen Ryder. No, there's a log or like a tree that had fallen down, and so it was like hanging out kind of on the river. And I was like, oh, I could like walk out onto it a little bit. And then so I walked out onto it a little bit, and I don't know if you know this, but the further you get out, like the more up and down kind of bobby it'll get. And then my friend John saw I was having a good time, and he's like, ooh, I want to come on the log. And then so he goes clomp, 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 boing, 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 launched me right into the sub-zero water. And it was
You've
cool.
never been the same.
Basically, we didn't have anything to dry off with in the car except for some old curtains. So my dad made me strip down, and I got wrapped up in these curtains.
Your childhood concerns me the more details I hear about it. That's judgment-free.
Is it weird that I just got deja vu?
Yeah.
Yes. Being wrapped in
Everybody
sheets.
Of
Ever-
Steven's trauma.
Of like, I don't know, like
We
being
all-
in this space and Steven telling a story. I'm like the
Wow.
people. I don't know. I'm being.
It's what happens when I feed you guys ecstasy.
It's the voice, dude. It's the voice.
I told you, Stephen, that wasn't ecstasy, that was rice. Jessica, how about you tell an embarrassing or traumatic childhood story? Ideally one that can be spun into a funny thing. If you're like, oh, one time I saw a dog slowly die over the course of hours,
That's hilarious.
It
We
is
can use
hilarious.
that.
You know what? It's a bad example because it's such a fresh joke. It just popped into my head. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So one time, my brother, he used to play in Little League, like baseball, you know, that shit. And like at some point, I was watching one of his games, and I had to go to the bathroom. And you know, when you're really little, you go with whatever parent's available into whatever bathroom is available.
Sure.
So I went with my dad into the men's bathroom, and I went into the stall, and he was waiting for me, and I was like doing my business, and I was like reading out loud all the graffiti on the stall, and I was like going through. There were a lot of really bad words, but I didn't know how to pronounce them, so it went something like, "Daddy." Yeah, Jessica. What's C-Rap? He's like, I'll tell you when you're older.
Did he ever tell you?
No, I still don't know what it is.
Oh, crap.
Crap.
Hush your
crap.
mouth. This is a Christian podcast.
So there you go.
The C word.
I didn't know if you wanted one that had to do with rivers. But,
You know what? It just became the theme of the evening.
well,
Let's all talk about how lucky we were that we didn't drown that one time. Or
Yes.
in certain people's cases, multiple times.
relatable.
I actually have a water-based traumatic story. It's not
Oh,
drowning, but it is
God.
water-based.
Is it
Oh,
political
oh,
satire and you're
God.
going to talk about, like, the government?
No, it,
Felipe,
So-
tell us your story.
So my story is I was 8 years old,
Okay,
and I was snorkeling
okay.
in the sea, Hannah.
Humble brag.
Yeah, brag
No,
about
the
it.
sea was actually called the Hannah Sea.
So I'm snorkeling, and I'm at this like reef thing, and suddenly
A reef.
a reef.
Okay.
It was a reef.
Ooh.
Okay, you were in a reef.
I was in the reef, and then suddenly I realized that all the fish kind of fucked off, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
oh.
So then, after about a minute, this like 2-meter barracuda comes out of fucking nowhere and just slowly swims in front of me, like with a big yellow eye.
Do-do,
Did it say sup?
do-do-do,
Yeah, the music was playing. If you've seen the opening,
do-do-do-do-do.
Of
the
Finding
opening
Nemo.
scene of Finding Nemo, it was
Yeah.
exactly like that, and I was like shitting myself. I might have actually shot myself. I really don't remember. That was by far the most terrifying moment of my life.
Was this also a few weeks ago? Like Furcon's story where he was beat up by a child?
So did it scared the shit out
It
of you?
scared the
I
shit,
imagine.
and then I turn around to like swim the fuck towards the shore, and there's another one like right behind me, and
Oh,
this
you
one's
were-
staring
you were
at me.
Food.
I was food. No, I was.
Oh, you probably looked like a little baby seal
I was
too.
so scared. Oh my god,
You did
I
the
am
seal
still
face.
afraid of the ocean
Fair
today.
enough.
That's
Like
scary.
that was traumatic.
What about you, Kelly?
Like a childhood drowning
Or
story?
like a traumatic experience. It could be drowning.
Tell a funny story.
No, I mean like
Tell a funny
Nothing's
story.
funnier than trauma.
Like,
Trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell a funny story or just the opposite of funny and it's real sad.
This isn't childhood. This was like a month ago.
Like actually not just following my pattern of saying that after every story.
Oh, this did happen a month ago.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more. Anyway, yeah. So I was just walking with my friends outside of Feast, like a normal Friday, and then there was a guy just sitting there in front of me, and I was just looking at him. I was like, okay, guy sitting there. and then I just fell. And it was so sad. And yeah, I made eye contact with this person as I fell. Like I saw the world like flash in front of my eyes, and I made eye contact with him. And then I was on the ground, and my friends were like, Kelly, what happened? And then the guy was just there watching.
Was he cute?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. And I was like, why did
Was the ground flat? Like I'm picturing
Yes,
just
it
a
was
flat
flat.
plane and you just did the flop.
You were so distracted by
Sometimes
the
it just
stranger.
happens, yeah.
This was right outside Feast, you say?
Yeah.
In the right little, in the flat.
Oh my God! I sit right outside
Someone
Feast.
outside
I don't
Feast
know
the other
why.
day.
Felipe's like, I've been to Feast.
But yeah, now my friends will never let me forget that I just fell randomly.
That's
When was the last time you guys fell? When was the last time you guys fell? And then also, when was the last time you guys vomited?
When was the last time you guys fell in love? Steven, let's start with you.
Oh boy, like 6 months ago, I started dating my girlfriend. I said I love you on the second date.
What? Oh
No,
no!
I'm just fucking kidding.
Ooh.
That's so sad.
Does she have a name? I need to make sure that she exists. You can say yes or no.
She does have a name.
You want to shout her out?
Shouts out. No.
Me. Oh, thank God! I
I'll
thought you were gonna
shout
out
her
us on
Can
a
I shout her out,
podcast.
Steven?
She's not.
I've met your girlfriend.
Can I-
Yeah, but I don't know. She's like.
You don't want her whole name on the air.
She's like
Do you have
kind
a
of
bleep?
particular.
We
'cause her
bleep it out as we
family's
say it.
Rafe can beep it out later.
I can beep it out. I can just make a beep sound and we
Wait.
can pretend you said it.
This is
Yeah.
live
Start
right now?
It
the
is live,
sentence.
apparently. So, like, start to say you're going to give a shout out and then stop before you say your name.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to.
Oh, dude, that's fucked up. You shouldn't have said that, dude. We're definitely gonna have to edit that out. Oh, fuck, dude. Yikes.
Who else is lucky in love? Noah?
Yeah, no, I've been dating my girlfriend for 3.5 years now.
Does she also
Wow.
exist? Like Stevens?
She does exist. She has a name. It's. And
I can't hold a note, so it's just going to get worse.
What is that,
every
Italian?
time.
but she's great. Shout out to the Filipino transfership program, PTSP. It's a great
That sounds like something
organization on
else.
campus.
Post-traumatic
that,
stress disorder.
we have a lot of fun there. Very supportive group.
That's great. I didn't mean to like sound like condescending with my that's great. Like that's
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm single and ready to mingle, and also I'm asking someone to prom tonight
Whoa.
Ooh.
What prom?
for radio prom.
Is this going to be how
Is
you
this
ask
fifth grade
them out?
prom?
Are you gonna take up radio time with us right now?
No, I'm just saying like we're going around doing our love life. I'm like, hey, you know, that's me. You know.
Walk
Different
us-
stages. Different stages.
Walk us through your evening you have planned, every detail.
How are you gonna ask them?
I mean, I was just gonna be like, are you going to prom? Second question.
Nice.
Are you going with anybody? And if it's a no to both, I'm like, hey, do you want to go with me? That's pretty much my entire plan.
So if she says no, I'm not going to prom. You're gonna.
I'm like, oh,
How
cool.
long do you think it'll
He's
take
just
her to
gonna end the
pick?
conversation.
No, you
and
said.
move to something
I'm
else.
just.
No,
Never
I mean like I don't because like some people might not be going to prom.
No. Never mind. You
She's-
said.
Like, she's just standing there trying to put the pieces together, and she's like, why is he asking if I'm going to
It's
prom?
only
Yeah.
2 questions.
Why is he asking if I'm going to prom
are you
and
going
then
to-
mentioning that he is free? That's weird.
I'm not.
I think
So-
it'll work for Con.
I think
I
it'll
bet.
be fine.
I
It's
bet.
not a big deal at all.
I
Like,
bet.
Do you want all of us to come with you for confidence?
Yeah.
it's gonna be at a party. So
We
it's
could
like
all make a
not-
mariachi band, like a romantic mariachi band. What's more romantic than mariachi?
Acapella.
Oh no, I
Mariachi.
unplugged something.
Acapella mariachi.
Never before been rehearsed.
I think I fixed it.
Hannah,
Yeah.
love life.
No, wait. You didn't tell us what happens after the prom.
Yeah, what happens after?
Yeah.
Go home early, get a nap.
I mean, I don't
That's
know.
one
I'll be
word
like-
for it.
I don't know. I haven't really thought
Going
about
home
it that
early?
far. I'm like, oh great, I have a prom.
Everyone, new mission. Podcast name is Help Furcon with his date.
Oh.
It's
Really
not
go
a
to
date.
that.
It's not a party. It's like.
Oh,
this
and then we
chick
could
in
call it
radio.
Dateline.
Like I know her. It's like.
I feel like there's issues if we name it the same as an existing
No,
thing.
but people call in for advice on their dates, so it's the Dateline.
Yeah,
No
and a
one
bunch
wanted
of
to do that.
comedians are gonna give them advice on
yeah,
their
I
dates.
did want to do that.
That's
Let's get
your
back to that
plan.
later.
Here's a tip: just do an air horn when you
No
don't
one
feel like
here is
talking.
qualified.
That's so true.
Oh, Kelly, you don't have to answer. You
Saying you abstain from love, it tells you everything you need to know.
Abstain in
That's
the
not-
name
That's
of.
like somebody who's like, oh, I don't listen to music. Fuck you.
I don't own a TV. I only watch Netflix.
Y'all cut the cord.
What?
You asked this last. No, wait, you asked this earlier.
That was a callback Come on.
It can't be a callback unless it's a joke. How about this? Everyone say their least favorite animal. Like, if you could just punch an animal in
Oh,
the face,
fuck
which would you choose?
ocelots. They're just knockoff cats.
Bro,
Fuck
no,
you.
we're
You don't need
gonna have a problem.
Kangaroos can get it.
I would punch a smug dolphin. Not most dolphins, because most dolphins are nice, but there's some that are smug.
Yeah.
And their kisses feel like a punch to the face, so I want them to feel that.
You know what? I'm kind of with Rafe on this one. That's really
So we
good.
got 3 people for dolphin. Hannah?
I don't have a least favorite animal in mind right now, but I'm just gonna agree probably that like the bad dolphins are probably such assholes.
Oh,
Good,
hippos-
like most dolphins are great, not even.
Hannah doesn't
probably.
want to offend PETA.
Well,
Hannah's
I
like
don't.
tiptoeing around this
Look,
question.
dolphins are like
Let her.
people, and people can be assholes.
Exactly,
So dolphins can
exactly.
be assholes.
Dolphins are people
No,
of the
some-
sea.
Some dolphins are
Um,
fucked up.
So exactly, some
Have
people
you
are
seen
fucked
how
up.
dolphins have sex? I mean, I haven't watched it, but I've
No.
read about
They
it.
have
I've
prehensile
read about it.
penises.
Have you guys ever seen that video of the chimp fucking a frog?
No.
Apparently
Wait,
they
what?
do it
No.
all
No.
the time. Masturbation is not a human.
Was it consensual?
only
Fucking a
thing.
frog though is not
can
masturbation.
that be
that's
Speak
consensual?
for
it was,
yourself.
it was
Fucking a
picking
frog.
it up and just bada bing, bada boom.
Oh.
No regard for
In a
That's
similar
not funny.
vein, have you guys seen the video of an elephant seal fucking a penguin?
Before we get it, we only have 5 minutes left, and I kind of want to get Akila in here and like
Yeah.
sing us off.
Someone get Aquila, and while we do that, let's say plugs. 'cause
Yeah,
we need to
plugs.
plug things.
Ryan has a show coming up soon. I don't know. I forgot what it was. But we also have Laugh Den coming in.
Yes.
Laugh Den's coming up June 1st. It's going to be
Friday.
dope. This next, so like, yeah, not this Friday, next Friday.
Humanities A51.
Humanities 8:51. What time is it going to be at?
8
8
o'clock.
p.m.
8
What do you
p.m.
call-
8 p.m. until whenever it ends.
What do you call a hyena's laugh?
Hello,
A hyena's house? Laugh Den. That's what we're going with.
That would've
So-
been
I
Oh.
promise the jokes will be
That
funnier.
would've been so
what about your
promise
After
it's gonna
Dark
be
I
a
show?
wouldn't.
great
I
show.
wouldn't make promises we can't.
There's going to be sketch comedy. There's going to
keep-
be improv comedy, and there's also
There's
going to
be
be
nothing else. There's no third thing.
There's no thing.
There's
gonna
also
be
just
sketch
gonna
and
be
improv.
love and
long
hugs.
form improv,
There's gonna
short
be
form
long
improv.
silences.
There's no short form.
Is
I
there
There's a lot of
actually-
that in the
entire
show.
podcast?
Felipe,
was?
Felipe, if I remember last week, you had not yet.
We don't have time for this.
You had not yet gotten the improv space, like rented it out. How are you doing on that?
Oh, well, it's been requested.
Okay,
Wait,
I'm
we
proud
don't
of
have
you.
the space.
Oh, no, not yet.
On that note, Akila, would you sing us off, please?
Yes. Happy birthday to Curtis. Happy birthday to Curtis.
Why are you taking turns?
Happy birthday to Curtis. Happy birthday to Curtis.
And that's the show.
This
Thank
is
you.
what you wanted to do the entire
Call
time?
the show.
We thought there was going to be
Call
talent
the show.
involved.
Happy birthday,
Jessica,
Curtis.
can you do some freestyling
Happy
beatboxing?
birthday,
Yeah.
Curtis.
for
Happy
sure.
birthday, Curtis. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
what-
let
what-
Jessica do her boxing and beating.
She'll play us out. This has been the Shenanigans Radio Hour. Tune in next week at this time. to
No,
hear
not
us.
at this time.
Oh no! At
Next
this time,
week.
we're going to be performing. There's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
live jazz, live music, live comedy. Most of all, live people on stage, not gyrating. Or actually, you know what? Here's a little sneak preview.
This is all part of the
There
brochure.
may be a sketch about cavemen fucking, and it's not.
It's not
what
for the
you
reason
think.
you think.
Anyway, we have to cut the show anyway. So, all
One last beatbox.
Steven Ryder. Just
Oh, right,
look
okay.
me up.
right, beatbox us out, Jessica.
I'm gonna take my headphones
Follow
off
us
and
on
leave.
Instagram.
With a PH.
Snake, penis.
I sure am glad we're live.